See.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
'53's the mic. 53 is the mic. Blue Gang.
368!
Tighten up, tighten up.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wait!
59. Switch, switch.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 33-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First down.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go with Chubb on second down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Mayfield on first down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
180. Run. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, dude. Here I come again. Watch out.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
44. Here you go. Hey, Alpha.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Dalton able to hit Ross. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Dalton here from the gun. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
57, Mike. Mike 57.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the... And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. He was looking for Landry that time. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Joe Mixon. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing, Dalton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Andy Dalton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Move! Bravo!
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we got Mike.
5.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Andy Dalton now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically in halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins. On 3rd down, Mayfield trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Browns. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 30, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Browns 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. But now it'll be third down.
I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. They'll run here with Mixon. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's another Bengal.
Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
Dalton gives to Bernard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run again with Bernard. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. Here's a run with Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Andy Dalton. taking it in. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. So with second and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. Second down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second and 11 now. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now Chubb. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
From the 45 on second down, Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Mayfield now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Run.
They run. Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Good. 20.
54 Mike. Hey, get away with it. Shoot.
Mayfield now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
25-yard line.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Dalton off play action. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
Hands up. Please.
Check 59.
2-by-2. Move. Head.
Play action now. Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to Mixon on first down. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll give it to Mixon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Hey, let's get that ball, Let's get that ball right here.
Here's Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. All right, here's Dalton on the screen, Bernard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And running with power here. And shutting him off. Now open field. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Second turn, defense.
Once again, they run with Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bengals, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Browns, this loss will mean they finish the season right at .500 at 8-8. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week